You might feel like you want to give up right now. You might feel so discouraged and so overwhelmed with everything that's going on. It just seems like nothing is going your way, and it feels like God doesn't hear you sometimes. It feels like the world is just sitting on top of your shoulders and nothing is happening for you. But I need you to understand that God is working behind the scenes. God is brewing up something behind the scenes that you never could have imagined. You've never been on a journey with God 100% wholeheartedly before. You've never been on this journey before. So you don't know what the outcome is going to be like. You don't know what it's going to look like. You don't know how much God is about to move in your life because you've never been on this journey. You've never trusted God so much in every single aspect of your life. You never just said, okay, God, I trust you. You've never done that before. So, of course, it's going to be hard to not be in control, to not want to put your hands in the mix. It's going to be hard. And you're going to want to take a different route. You're going to want to take a different, go in a different direction. But you have to stay focused on the path. You have to stay focused on God and continue to obey his instructions. Be obedient to what it is that he's asking you to do, what he's telling you to do. It's no in between. I want you to understand, even though it's hard right now and you feel like you want to give up, you feel lonely, you feel like there's nobody there for you, you feel like nobody is checking in on you to ask you if you're okay. You know, you might be going through it. You might be going through a breakup. You might be going through an abusive situation. You might have went through something traumatic, you know. And I speak from my own experience. Like, I'm literally going through a second divorce. Nobody's asked me if I'm okay, except for my spiritual family, like when I go to church and stuff, and sector leaders and all that kind of stuff. They'll ask me if I'm okay and how I'm doing, and they might text to check in every couple of weeks. But you know, the people you think are gonna be there for you, they're not gonna be there. So you might feel alone. You might feel, you know, distant from everybody. But this is your time. This is your season to be like this with God. To be like this with God. And to go all in with God. To trust him 100%, regardless of whatever is going on outside of you. Regardless of the enemy trying to come and attack you. Attack your mind. You know, regardless of the enemy using people around you to say things to you that will discourage you, that will throw you off path, that will speak fear into you, you know, speak these word curses against you. Regardless, you have to stay focused on what it is that God needs you to do. You have to be obedient to his instructions. You got to do what he told you to do, not nobody else. Do not let the negative thoughts consume you, overtake you to where you just don't want to get out of bed. This morning, I got out of bed at it was like 11:30. I felt so discouraged. You know, people who get on here encouraging y'all, like what I'm doing right now, we need it too, but we don't have it. It's like we have this healing spirit. We have this spirit to want to help other people, but when we need help, it's not really there. We got to go seek out help. You know, we got to have spiritual leadership, mentors, counseling, therapists, coaching. You know, coaches need coaching. Therapists need therapy. Mentors need mentors. Every leader needs a leader. So I can't just call up a friend to talk to a friend when I'm having an issue. I got to run to God. This journey will get lonely. If you look at it, if you see an eagle up in the sky, you will see that he's 9 times out of 10 by himself. If you see chickens in a chicken coop or wherever, you see that they all together, making a whole bunch of noise. They all together. But I need you to understand, if you're on this journey, you're an eagle. You're becoming an eagle. You're not a chicken. Chickens gossip. Chickens talk about people. Chickens speak word curses on people. They don't watch what they say. Chickens operate on a low vibrational frequency, low vibrational energy. Chickens are prideful. Chickens are negative. Chickens do a lot of this. But an eagle does this. An eagle goes higher. An eagle uses a storm to rise higher. They literally use a storm, the wind from the storm, to elevate them more, to push them up more. We use the storm to go higher. We turn our pain into purpose. We use the chaos that's going on around us. We rise above it and we find a solution in that chaos. We will sit there and watch the storm happening and be all calm while everybody else is chaotic and running and tucking their tails like chickens do when a storm comes. That's what chickens do. They're scary. They're fearful. They're doubtful. They're prideful. They don't want to be different. They want to be a chicken for the rest of their lives. Do chickens fly? No. I need you to understand that the ego mentality, developing an ego mentality, is what's going to help you through every single situation that you go through. It's going to be tough. It's tough. And nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said that you were just going to cruise through this journey all smoothly, all effortlessly. No, it don't work like that. Because if it did, everybody would be out here doing it. So it's normal to be lonely on this journey. It's normal to not have nobody to call on this journey. It's normal. But you can't let it overtake you. You can't let it discourage you. You can't let it make you want to stop, make you want to give up. Do not allow negative thoughts consume you and discourage you and knock you off path. You might be laying around and feeling like you want to give up. You might not want to get out of bed. You might feel distant from God, but that's okay. Spend more time in His presence. Still do what it is that He asks you to do. Whatever you were doing for Him, continue to do that until He gives you a new instruction. Continue to move how He wants you to move. Continue to operate like Him. Don't get out of character. Don't get frustrated. Don't fall into the traps of the enemy, because the enemy has traps set up for you to get off track. If you know that this thing, whatever it is going to pull you away from the will of God, from operating in the will of God, avoid it at all costs. But I want you to know that you're not alone. There are lots of us out here that are on this journey. It gets easier, but it's still hard. You just get stronger and you learn how to navigate through it a little bit smoother. So, know that you are growing spiritually and there is something huge on the other side of all of this. But continue to be obedient no matter what. I just wanted to encourage you. I don't know who this message was for, but I love you and I will talk to you soon.